My name is Kevin Ray, and you're listening to Truckers and Others. Hey, it's Wednesday, hump day. We're driving home, got offloaded, everything ended up real good. Last night I drove in, so they got I-35. I-35 is fine, but the exit that I take, the exit 4 down here towards Oklahoma, they got the exit all fucked up. So I can't take I-35 north from there. So I'm I'm leaving now. Like, I was able to come in the normal way, but to go home, I got to go a different direction. And I guess I could go through Enid. I guess I could do that. I might do that, but well, that doesn't even matter. Never mind. That doesn't matter where I go from here. It all leads to I-35. So yeah, I was able to come in the normal way and get to my hotel. It was a nice, easy drive. Everything went really well. I got to my truck stop, and our new fuel cards do not work there. Kind of a bummer. Oh well, I was able to just use a credit card, and now I got to do an expense report. But doing expense reports isn't a horrible thing, because they start giving out prizes now. Which they're just so upset that people don't turn in their expense reports on time, and instead of punishing the bad behavior, they are rewarding the good behaviors. Makes people enter them in. The only problem is like, yeah, if I could do the expense report right as I'm making the expense, that's no problem. But it's like waiting. You have to wait like 4 or 5 days before the charge hits the account. And then it's like you totally forgot about everything. But I try to take a picture of the receipts right as I get them, so then I can just take a picture of it. And then so whenever I do notice that I have an expense report, I can just go ahead and hop in there and take care of it real quick. Not a big deal. Just another thing to do on top of paperwork, which is fine. I'm really starting to feel a little bit more grateful for my situation. I'll tell you about that in a second. So I get to the truck stop, I get fueled up, and yeah, normally I pull in there, I find a pump, but there's only 4 pumps, and there's usually maybe 1 truck there. There's never been a line. So I pull in there, I go inside, I order my food, and I've talked about this before. I explained to them every single time. I said, I will be outside fueling up my truck. I have a semi out back. I'll be fueling up my truck. As soon as my truck is done fueling up and I get it parked out of the fuel island, I will be walking back in here to receive my food. I tell them that every time. And the reason I tell them that every time is because the first few times that I did it, they would run around the entire truck stop gas station area, run around like, whose food is this? Whose food is? They're like showing everybody my fucking food, letting everybody breathe on it and say no with a deep breath. Just say no. That's what mine. They're just breathing all over my food, which doesn't. I mean, it bothers me, but I'm still gonna eat it. It don't matter. But I'm like, hey, just hold on to it. I will come up to the counter as soon as I know that I ordered food. I know that it's going to be ready before I'm done fueling up. Just hold on to it behind the counter, and whenever I'm ready to receive the food, I will come grab it. But there's no sense in me sitting, like, fueling up and doing all that, and then coming inside and then waiting forever for my food to be, not forever, but 20 minutes for my food to be made. So, but I don't know. Last night was a little bit different. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna fuel up, park the truck out of the way, and then go in there and order. Yeah, it'll be like 20 minutes. Not a big deal. Like, I'm not in a rush at all today. Sometimes I am in a rush when I've done this job, but today I was not. I was like, I'm not even in a rush. I'm just gonna fuel up, go in there, order my food, sit around, play on Facebook or YouTube or Marketplace or whatever, and just hang out until it's ready, and then eat, and then go to my hotel, and then do the same thing except masturbate. I don't know what it is about hotels, but you just want to masturbate. As soon as you get in there, you want to draw the curtains, which means close them, and then undraw yourself, which means take all your clothes off, and then just run around naked in the bedroom. Jump on both beds, rub your penis and your asshole all over the pillows that you're not going to use, and then just ejaculate in a circular pattern, like spin in a circle and ejaculate on everything. I don't know what it is about hotels. It just makes you want to do that. Like the remote control, you just want to ejaculate on the remote control and get all of that inside all the buttons and stuff, to where they're either going to wipe this off and call it good, or they're going to have to throw it away and get a new remote. But, I didn't damage anything. I just got it a little dirty. And you're cleaners, so you should be able to clean this. And then go in there and just put handprints in all four corners of the mirror. Like, lick your hand and then put handprints in all four corners of the mirror. Just so, the little Mexican lady, well, I don't know if she's Mexican or not. Her name was Rosella, or I don't fucking know what it was. It was on a card right there, so I don't know. I'm gonna assume she was from Spanish descent, and she's probably not very tall. So you put these handprints on the mirror, and then she's gotta get a ladder, or maybe a tall man to come in there, or maybe a tall woman to go in there and clean the mirror off. She's like, listen, I got the whole room cleaned up. I even got the jizz out of the remote control. But there's handprints at the top of the mirror I just cannot reach. So, there's that. But, I am going to go through Enid. I'm just going to continue straight and go through Enid. Going that way isn't a bad deal, but there's always, road work and shit. There's the road work that I was witnessing starting 2 years ago is still happening. What is going on out here? They are still working on the roads out here. It's a patch of asphalt through the desert, and they're still trying to figure out how to get the asphalt onto the desert. I don't understand. There's roads out here already. They're just repaving the roads, and they're still got cones up in a 55-mile-an-hour zone. It's what is the holdup out here? Is it a funding issue? Are you guys not getting enough money to fucking pave these fucking roads, dude? I can unplug this thing before it kicks me off of it. So, anyways, I go there and I'm like, all right, I'm going to fuel up, and then I'm going to order my food. So I go inside, and as I'm walking up to the fucking counter to order my food, there's nobody there. I see because it's all windows. I see a giant family. There's only 6 of them, but they're a giant fucking family. So they're all fat, way fatter than me. I don't think I'm fat. I'm skinny compared to them, and I'm a fucking husky boy. And they are all walking in. It's aunts, uncles, moms, dads, kids, cousins, whatever. I don't know. A bunch of fucking people. There's probably more than 6, actually. I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell out here in these little podunk towns who is family and who isn't, because they all look the same. They all live in the same area. They all do the same shit. They all maybe fuck each other, and there's a little bit of inbred going on out here. I don't know. I'm not saying that, but I'm kind of saying that. So anyways, Um, all these fat fucks come inside and they see me walk into the counter, but they roll themselves, they butter themselves over to the fucking counter, and then they decide to figure out what everybody's gonna eat. I'm like, hey, how about you stand the fuck back, look at the fucking menu, take a head count, figure out how many pounds of fucking lard you want to order, and let me, little old me, I've never been little, but I felt little there, go up to the counter and order. I know exactly what the fuck I'm going to order. It's going to take 2 seconds. And then the cook can make it real quick and then give it to me. And I don't have to wait for him to order another truckload of fucking pig fat to throw in the deep fryer for you fat fucks. All right, I want the nachos. Do you want corn dog, Jim Bob? You want 2 corn dogs? How about this? I'm gonna get him 2 corn dogs, uh, a pint of macaroni and cheese. Yeah, that's just for him. What else do we need? I'm like, brothers. Come on, bro. They're all brothers. So I'm just like, brothers. Can you all watch the fuck out? Because you're getting really close to me, and all of you are radiating so much heat that it's starting to form a cloud above you. There's so much heat and moisture in this one little area of this truck stop that it's forming a cloud above you, and I'm starting to see a little bit of lightning form. Like it's starting. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? You guys, if like somebody opens the door and a cold draft comes in here, you're gonna have an inside tornado. You're gonna have the cold air meets the hot moisture of this fat family. It's gonna fucking create some sort of a twister effect. We are in Oklahoma. So anyways, they get the fuck out of the way, and then I go up and I order. And listen, I enjoy to complain about things because I think it's funny. So that's what I'm doing right now. Like I'm really not upset at any of this. I think it's really just I'm lucky to have witnessed what happened. Um, but anyways, I order my food. I'm like, yeah, I want the mushroom and Swiss. I want the combo medium drink. Can I get I want the fries with it. Can I get an order of jalapeno poppers? And then right there at the very end, I was debating on it because I'm like, all right, like that is enough food. But, if I throw a side salad on it, that means I'm kind of healthy also. So I'm like, can I also get a side salad? She's like, sure, hon, I'll get you a side salad. I'm like, all right, can I actually get that before the meal? Because I'm hungry now. And she's like, yeah, you're going to have to give me a few minutes because I got all this lard I got to tote in from the fucking warehouse out back. I got to tote all this lard in from the warehouse for all these fat fucks that just ordered ahead of you. I'm like, no problem, hon. Don't worry. I'm sitting at a table over here. So whenever you're ready, whenever you got the salad ready, just say, hey, salad's ready. I'm the only one ordering a fucking salad in this place. So just say, salad ready. Nobody's even going to hear the words except for me. So don't worry about it. I'll take care of it. And I go get my receipt for my fuel. And then I gotta make sure these people don't pass me. I can't tell if I can pass this fucking guy or not. I cannot. Anyway, so I'm like, all right, cool. Yeah, few minutes to get the side salad ready. They usually have like little trays already ready to go. They already have like all the fixings in it, you know. And I'm sitting there waiting. I'm just playing on Facebook, and I keep seeing like food coming out of the window, but it is just tubs of lard. And I'm like, okay, that's not me. That's not me. That's not me. I'm like, when is this side salad gonna come? It's been like 20 minutes. I'm still waiting for this fucking side salad. And, I already had it in my mind that I was going to be eating a side salad in a few minutes. So, like, my tummy's starting to rumble. And finally, she walks over to me and sets aside. She's like, "Oh, did you want some salad dressing with that?" I'm like, "Yeah." No, yeah, yeah. I would like some salad dressing for my salad. Like, who eats a dry salad? First off, all right, what kind you want? I was like, just ranch. I'd like just ranch. And then in my head, I'm thinking, should I go ahead and get all the ranch that I need, because I'm going to need a ranch for the jalapeno poppers and ranch for the French fries, because their ranch is homemade. It's so fucking delicious. And I also like to dip a little bit of my burger, like the last few bites of my burger, I like to dip in ranch also. So I'm like, I might need 4 ranches, but she just brings me 2, which I was like, oh, all right, cool, perfect. She knows. She's used to fat lards being in here, and this tiny little side salad needs 2 ramekins of fucking ranch sauce on it. And I think we're about to split off into 4 lanes right up here, which will be nice, so I can pass this guy. No, dude, the side salad she brought me, like, I've ordered a side salad at this place a lot of fucking times in the past. I don't know if it's a new recipe of side salad they got, or this bitch was just so fucking lazy. You know what? I watched her make this fucking salad. She pulled a bag from right next to her. There's like a cooler. She reaches in, grabs a giant bag of lettuce. I don't want to hear it. The fucking place called me just now. So, anyways, yeah, I don't know if it's a new recipe or whatever the fuck, but she just grabbed a bag of fucking lettuce, put on a glove, reached in, grabbed a handful of lettuce, shook off some leaves of lettuce, and then put it in this little tray, and then handed it to me. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Oh, here's your side salad, sir. Like, and I'm not here trying to be a city slicker, trying to fuck up a small town or anything. But yeah, I wanted to say, this usually comes with croutons, a hard-boiled egg, at least half of one, and also some fucking cheese and tomato. Like, I like these side salads that you guys have. That's why I order them. Because I like the side salads. This is a bowl of lettuce, and then I'm just sad sitting there pouring ranch onto this fucking lettuce and then eating it. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing with my life? This is the saddest thing. Like, all right, whatever. And I'm like, I look back there in the kitchen, and there's this dude that has white hair. Like, he's not there this time, but there's usually this old dude back there that's the guy in the kitchen making all the food. And every single time I've looked back there and he's been back there, it's been a life-changing meal. Like, my life gets way better after eating the food from this man's hands. I don't know if he's Jesus, but if he is, he's in Oklahoma. I look back there as I'm crying over this side salad. I look back there and there's a young kid, and I'm like, oh no. Oh no. This ain't good. This ain't good at all. Just because if you're able to choose who makes your food, and it's between Jesus and some fucking fuck off kid, you want Jesus making your food. and Jesus was gone that day. What's up with your car, dude? We were doing 70, and then I get behind you, and you slow down to 60. What the fuck is that, dude? What the fuck was that? Did you accidentally hit the cruise control button, and then you're trying to turn it back on, but you can't get it in time, and then somebody gets too close to you, and then they pass you, and you're like, well, I was actually going to go that speed, but now that you passed me, I guess I'll just continue doing like 60 so I don't interrupt anybody's. I don't fucking know. Uh, anyway, I don't know. Fuck off, kid. He did a good job. I was not expecting. Everything was cold. That was the main issue. Like, everything tasted great, just not as warm and fresh as I was hoping it would be. But it was still a good sandwich. I still enjoyed it. The fries were cold, not good. The ones on the bottom were okay. The jalapeno poppers. Listen, I don't know. You got to follow the instructions or something on these, because you're doing it all wrong. Because I'm like, the cheese is supposed to be melty on the inside of a jalapeno popper. It's supposed to be like, I think it's all like when it comes in the bag, it's like already a melty cheese. Uh, but the cheese is like, I don't know. It looks like yellow cottage cheese, and it's cold. It's like, what the fuck, dude? Now, I don't know. Are these frozen deals? I don't know. But anyway, I ate all the food. I had no complaints. I go over there and I say, thank you. Because whether it was good or not, I still ate. So I say thank you for the food. Get in my truck and I leave. And then I'm backing into my special spot at the Holiday Inn. Got to block all the lanes and then start backing into the spot. And I see two crackheads. Now, I don't know if they were crackheads today or yesterday, but I bet you they've done crack at some point in time in their life. And they're on this patio thing right next to the hotel. They're just watching me. And I did a really good job backing in. Like, seems like you do the best job when nobody's looking, and then somebody's watching you, and you're like, oh, fuck. But I was not expecting the crackheads to. They did not make me nervous at all. Every time I look in my passenger side mirror to make sure I'm going straight, I see those crackheads just fucking looking at me. I'm like, oh, Jesus. And I back in there, and I get parked, and everything's good. I go inside, and I get checked in. No fucking cookies, okay? I don't know if I was late there or early. I don't know, but there was no cookies. Whatever. Not a big deal. I just stuffed my face, so I think I'm all right. And I go to the elevator, and then crackheads show up. They pop around the corner. They're like, hold that elevator. And I hold the elevator, like, hey man, you did a real good job backing that truck up. Like, how the hell do you do that? I was like, just back it up. Just go backwards and don't turn a lot, and you'll be all right. Oh man, that was so good. You did so good backing that truck up. I'm like, yeah, thank you, sir. I appreciate it. I don't know. Like, what are you interested in? Said, I am into chemistry. I was like, really? What? Like beakers and shit? And then the elevator opened up on my floor, and I said, all right, see you later. And that was it. He was trying to tell me as the elevator was closing, he's like, yeah, fucking chemistry, bro. And then I just walked away, and I never saw him again. So, I don't know. He was trying to tell me. We mainly talked about me in the elevator. You know, from the first to the second floor, that's where I got off. He was going to the third. Luckily. Because, dude, how horrible would that have been if he was going to my fucking floor? And then he just follows me. It was him and a lady. I bet you they were gumming each other later on that night. But yeah, that would have been fucking horrible if they're like, "Oh yeah, dude, we're right next to each other." I'm like, I don't want to hear what you got going on in your room, and I don't want you to hear what I'm gonna do in my room either. I don't want you knocking on my door like cheering or like, "Bro, what video is that? I want to, yeah, shit, send me that link, buddy." But dude, you ain't gonna watch the same porn as me in another room, okay? It ain't happening, dude. That's fucking a nightmare. If somebody in the room next to you wants to watch the same porn as you, oh god, that'd be fucking horrible. Anyways, I started watching the Titanic. The Titanic came on FXX, and was watching that. And then I don't know, fell asleep at some point in time. Then I woke up at 4, and I said, "This is too early." I woke up at 5. I said, "This is too early." I woke up at 6, and I said, I should be on the road right now." So around 6:30, I got out and got on into the truck and started driving around. There's Copper. He wants to get me. He wants me. I don't know if he wants me or not. We'll see if he wants me. Has he been sitting there for a while? Is he bored? He ain't bored. He ain't coming after me. He ain't doing nothing. He's looking for somebody else. Yeah, and then things went pretty well. Woke up, did my morning routine, and hit the breakfast buffet. They didn't have my little sausages, so I was a little upset about that. But they did have sausage gravy and biscuits and stuff, so it was a good breakfast. I grabbed a muffin for the road. Still got it right here. Banana nut. Oh, it's gonna be delicious. They had a pecan, anything with pecans on it. I am a pecan lover. Um, and I hit the road, drove out of there, and drove down to where I needed to go. Again, I hit the road work fucking area. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? They're still working on this fucking road. I can't believe it. This is fucking insane. It's been so long since I've been out here, and they're still trying to figure out. They're like, I don't know, man. The fucking pavement on the road. I don't know, man. It's fucking. Just leave the cones up and make it a 55 zone forever, I guess. I don't know. Like, nobody drives out here. Which I should realize that there's no cops out there and I can do as fast as I want on them old back roads through the fucking desert on roads. Like, the roads are made. They're good. I don't know if they're waiting to get through the lines. I don't know. And I got to my place and called in. I unplugged the CB mic and I threw it on the floor over here so I could just use my cell phone, because I was trying to explain that to somebody. They were like, "Oh, there's a CB in that truck, so it makes life easier." I'm like, "Hey, no, I don't want the CB." They're like, "Why would you not want the CB?" I'm like, first off, I can't understand shit coming out of that fucking CB radio. Am I a dumbass? Do I not hear good? I don't know. But the sounds coming out of that fucking CB radio. I can't understand a goddamn word people say. Plus, I don't want to be sitting here playing on Facebook or whatever, watching a video, and have fucking Ray and Jacob and fucking Kyle, I don't know who he is, somebody else, fucking chatting up the fucking CB radio while I'm sitting here trying to fucking enjoy a video or take a nap because sometimes you sit there for a long fucking time. If I call them, I know they received it, and they can write down my phone number, and then whenever they're ready for me, they call my cell phone. So then I get a call on the cell phone. All right, cool, coming in. And I don't have to sit there through all the bullshit that goes on the fucking radio. Or miss my fucking call. You know. They might get, I don't know, people that use CB radios, I applaud you. I do. I'm like, you guys are way better than me because I can't fucking do that shit. I can't be driving around with fucking people yapping all the fucking time. I listen to podcasts. I listen to music. I listen to all kinds of shit. I don't want to hear what the fuck everybody else is doing. Don't need that. So anyways, I'm sitting there enjoying my peace and quiet, watching my phone, just having a good time. And I look out my mirror and there's a driver walking up to me. And it looked kind of strange because usually people have like a work shirt on or whatever. It'll say their name. He had a 5-digit number, like an inmate or something. And he's like, hey. I was like, hey. He's like, hey, you hauling ammonia? Like, no, not like. So being a Has driver, if you want to know what somebody else is hauling, they have placards and shit all over their fucking truck. All 4 fucking corners. There's a placard that tells you what's in that fucking truck. And I don't know. This guy was cool. He's a cool guy, but he walks up. He's like, hey, are you hauling ammonia? I'm like, you walked all the way over here to ask me if I'm hauling ammonia? Can't you just look at the side of my truck and tell that I'm not hauling ammonia because I'm 3082 on a class 9? Placard? Like, no, I'm not hauling ammonia. He's like, do you guys ever haul ammonia? I was like, no, not really. I mean, we will, but not normally. He's like, oh, man, I thought it was you guys, but I'm not sure who it was. But I was in there trying to offload one day, and everybody comes out in their fucking spacesuits and shit, and they start unloading ammonia, and all the fucking ammonia is just blowing into the wind right up into my nostrils. I'm like, oh, man. He's like, yeah, not good. I'm like, I highly doubt that was us, because if we're bringing a tanker down here, it's usually this same shit, which is basically dirty looking water. It's not, I mean, it's classified as a Has. It is a hat, but it's not like, I mean, I don't know. I've gotten it. I've had it on me before, and it's fine. Like, I don't know. I don't know what the hazard is whenever it's hot as fuck. It'll burn your skin. But that's most liquids that are fucking hot. A boiling cup of water will fucking burn you. That's the same hazard as this. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe if it's misty and you breathe it in, I don't know. But there's really not. I don't know. There's not much hazard to this selenium water shit. So, anyways, he's like, oh, okay, cool. And then he tells me about the shit he's hauling. He's like, I'm hauling. It looks like peanut butter, but it's really fucking bad. Like it's been through the process and stuff, and it turns into this peanut butter looking liquid or non-solid. And but whenever it's like 99.6% pure, a little tiny little like a pinhead worth of it will fucking kill a 300-pound man. I was like, oh shit, Jesus. It's fucking crazy. You're worried about the ammonia? It's like, yeah. And he's like, how do you like that truck? I'm like, you are driving the same fucking truck. It's a Kenworth T880. He's like, yeah, well, mine, I said, I mean, it's good. They got us turned up to 75, so I mean, not bad. He's like, oh man, they got us clocked down to 60. I'm like, 60? He's like, yeah, that's all they let you do is 60 in these fucking trucks. I'm like, Jesus Christ. I'm glad I don't have to run into you on the fucking highway ever. Because that's fucking insane. 60-mile-an-hour speed limit on your fucking truck? Whatever, man. And he's like, yeah, they got all these fucking cameras. He's got 2 on the mirrors, 2 on the hood, 2 inside the truck, 2 forward facing, rear facing. He's got some on the trailer. He is wired up with fucking cameras. And he was explaining to me the other day. He was leaving this place and he was driving down, and there's like a passing zone, and then this truck, but there's somebody that was passing in the non-passing zone, and he had to slam on his brakes. He was empty, but he had to slam on his brakes and kind of go off the shoulder, not off the shoulder, but just onto the shoulder a little bit, because some fucking jackwagon was passing in a no passing zone, and it could have been a head-on collision or whatever. And then his uh, people net, I don't know what the fuck he said it was, but his operating system for all the shit, all the cameras and stuff, was fucking beeping and buzzing and blinking red and just fucking telling him to pull over and everything. So he pulls over and he calls his company. He's like, hey, what's up? And they're like, um, you need to come to the office whenever you get back. He's like, all right, what would you like me to do in the office? Like, what's wrong? Is there an issue? He's like, just come to the office. So he's like, okay, you fucking queer. I'll go to the office. What do you want? Just fucking suck my cock? You fucking weirdo. I'm not sucking yours. So he goes into the office, and they're like, hey, tell me what's wrong with this fucking image or this video or whatever. He's like, I don't know. The only that I noticed that there's a truck that pulled into my oncoming lane, or came oncoming, and I almost had a head-on collision, and I pulled over, or I had to swerve out of the way, and then I pulled over and called you. No. Like, that happened, but no. What is going on here? It's like, you're talking on the radio. He had a mic. He had like I don't know, a mic for a radio that's like a not a very far mic or whatever, so he can talk to like other drivers and stuff. He's like, who are you talking to on that? He's like, I ain't telling you. I ain't saying shit. He's like, you have to tell me who you're talking to. He's like, no, I'm not fucking bringing anybody else into this fucking shit. Because he knew that he was talking to another employee of the same company. He's like, I'm not going to tell you who I was fucking talking to. And he's like, you have to tell me. He's like, give me my union rep. So bring the union rep in there. And they basically said, hey, fuck off. We're not telling you shit. You can suck a cock, and two cocks right here, right now. Suck these 2 cocks. And the boss didn't want to do that. So I don't know. He's like, dude, it's fucking insane how strapped down we are here. He's like, we make really good money, but we're so like locked down on anything and everything. He's like, if you have a cell phone and it falls on the floor, or just falls right next to you on the seat or whatever, and you touch that cell phone, it's automatic termination. It doesn't matter what he's like, you're not even really allowed to fuck with the radio or the air conditioning or like any of that stuff. Like you get like a one touch per 10-minute fucking deal or some shit. I don't know what it was. I'm like, damn, that's fucking crazy. I was like, we're turned up to 75. He's like, that's fucking crazy, dude. I mean, never going that fast. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, yeah, we're turned up to 75, and we can, the way our system works is we can do 8 mile an hour over the speed limit, but if we're doing 8 mile an hour or more over 2 minutes, then it sends an email to somebody. But, they don't, my boss doesn't give a fuck. If you are like clearly like doing 100 mile an hour in a 65 zone, yeah, he's gonna have some shit. I mean, we can't even go that fast. But if you're doing 75 in a 55, yeah, he's gonna be like, hey, slow it the fuck down. Like, why do I even have to call you to tell you to slow it down? Like, are you a fucking dumbass? That's what my boss would say. He's like, no, dude, if we're doing 2 mile an hour over the speed limit at any point in the time, it my boss is calling me or keeping a record. I'm like, yeah, so like I don't I understand if you're really good at following rules and all that shit. I can't remember. I did. I took all my placards off. I was like, if you're really good at following rules and stuff, I understand. Like, all right, but I don't. I think I would be fired from that place too soon to even enjoy the benefit of the amount of money you'd be making. He's like, yeah, it's fucking crazy. He said, right now there is new sensors they're waiting to put onto our trucks. They're like AI sensors, so they it's like a full scan of what it can see. Like it does like facial expressions and stuff, and it can tell what kind of mood you're in just off of your facial expressions, and it sends all that data to our boss, and then they can recommend different meetings and all this other shit for me to go to. Like if you're always in a bad mood or whatever, they'll notice and they'll be able to, I don't know, predict the future. I don't fucking know what the fuck it is. I'm like, that's fucking insane. He's like, yeah, it's not good. He's like, but right now it's illegal to have any AI systems in our trucks on, well, any commercial vehicles right now. But as soon as it's coming soon, and then that'll be the way it is. He's like, and then once they come out with self-driving trucks, like once they're more prevalent, he's like, then I'll be out of a fucking job. They won't be having us do anything. I'm like, what the fuck? It's like, yeah, it's fucking great. I'm like, dude, all right, well, listen, if you ever touch your cell phone while you're driving, come fucking apply at this place. I was like, we got branches all over the fucking place. Come apply here because we are always hiring and it's super duper lenient. Like, I mean, I'm not saying that it won't ever get to a point like that, because I'm sure if people wreck enough fucking trucks, they're gonna be like, hey, we gotta fucking tighten up on these fucking people and start holding them accountable. So that could happen, but I mean, I was like, we don't even have dash cams or nothing. We don't have absolutely nothing. Like, there's Geotab that'll, yeah, it'll send an email if you hit something too hard. It'll think you're in an accident, which I got one of those the other day. Or if you're speeding or not wearing your seatbelt or something, but that's it. Like, I mean, no, I mean, I think this is everything that's going on right now is perfect. And if they want to do dash cams, like, I don't mind if they want to do dash forward facing only dash cams. I know that will really make the insurance happier and cheaper. So if you need to do that, like forward-facing dash cams, that's fine. But there's no reason you need to fucking look at me. Like, I understand the only reason you would look at me is to get me in trouble. Like, there's nothing you need to see over here. You need to see what the truck is doing, and then I will tell you what's going on in the fucking cab if you really want to know. But no, I'm not gonna fucking set myself up because my podcast turned off and I need to turn it back on, and it takes 2 seconds. I don't need to be getting fucking points against me because my podcast turned off, and I don't want to pull over on the side of the fucking highway to get hit just to fucking tap a button. Oh well, there's fucking rest stops and stuff. You can just stop at a rest stop. Okay, well there's not rest stops everywhere, and I'm not gonna sit here and drive in silent. It's a fucking button, dude. Let me fucking. I'm not over here writing out fucking paragraphs and fucking texting people and watching videos or any of that shit. I'm just trying to hit the play button on my fucking phone. So I don't know. And there's a guy from my old lumber company. He was telling me about it because they're doing renegotiations for their union. Uh, and he was just kind of telling me all about that and how the company is fighting them and they're about to go fucking strike or whatever. I don't know. Everybody in the fucking union is like, I'm gonna strike. It's like, say, okay. Whenever that actually happens, let me know. Because I'm not taking you serious. Like they've always, I even got pulled into that shit. Whenever I was there, I was like, dude, we're gonna have to fucking strike because we're union now. We're gonna strike if we don't get our way. If we don't get our way, we're gonna be on the picket line, strike it. Like, all right, well, listen, I mean, you gotta pick your fucking battles, and you can't say you're gonna strike every fucking time. But they're over there. They're already making $30 an hour, and they get, well, they're redoing the thing right now, but they're getting $30 an hour to haul fucking lumber. Eh, So they used to get paid per the day, and that's when I was there. And then shortly after I left, they changed it all to get hourly wages, and then it started out like $25 an hour. I was like, fuck no, there ain't no way. They're like, come back, it's $25 an hour now. I'm like, hell no, dude, no way. I ain't working for $25 an hour hauling fucking lumber. I make way more than that where I'm at, and I'm happy with it. But well, they got a raise up to like $30 an hour. They're like, come back. I'm like, dude, it's still not fucking worth it. I mean, that is a really easy fucking job, and you know what you're gonna do every single day, and it rarely. I mean, you go to different customers, but you know you're gonna be just driving around to customers. They're they all have forklifts, and everything's held down by strap. Like it's not a hard job at all. But the fucking bullshit that goes on in that company, where they're uh, watching you with your cameras or fucking doing all kinds of crazy shit over there, and I'm like, it ain't fucking worth it. And they're trying to renegotiate now to get $35 an hour and a $2 raise each year for the next like 4 years or some shit. I don't know. It's fucking. I'm like, all right. I mean, well, I mean, if you're doing it that way, maybe I'll come in there for. I'll haul fucking lumber and deal with their bullshit for $40 an hour. But they're in a kind of a fight with the company right now. So I'm like, is since the company is separate from the union, basically, so it's like the workers aren't with the managers and stuff. So I'm like, doesn't that put more pressure on you guys? He's like, yeah, it does. I'm like, so they're like watching your cameras. They're looking for any mistake you're going to make, and they're going to write it down. So whenever they do fire your ass, they're going to have, you know, reason to fire you, because it's hard to fire a man out of a union. But if it's like, he's been playing on his phone driving around, he didn't wear a seatbelt on this property over here. And he's also saying if they like block the camera, if they like put their visors down, it'll block the camera and it'll be automatic termination for that. And I'm like, what the fuck? Because whenever I was there and they had the cameras and shit, I fucking blocked that camera every fucking day. I always had the sun visor down. And they're like, it's cloudy, you can put your sun visor up. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And then I never do. I'm like, fuck off. I ain't fucking letting you all look at my fucking belly jiggle down the fucking highway. I know it turns them on. That's what it is. I know it turns you on to see me fucking jiggle down the highway. You like to look at my titties. You ain't jerking off to me, fucker. Like, we're not doing that. I'm like, prove it. Prove that you're not jerking off to me because you think I'm fucking sexy. I heard what you said. You said you'd like to lick my fucking ass. Ain't happening. Um. So, anyways, yeah. I don't know. Fucking these companies. Some of them you do understand. Like, there's a lot of dumb motherfuckers out there that it's like, you guys are my employees and you guys are doing such dumb shit. I have to have you on camera so I could get rid of you at some point in time because you're fucking everything up. So I understand where the need is for that, but it's like, I don't know, it really just fucks with the guys that are trying to just do the right thing and just live your life happy. But uh I ain't gonna be behind your ass. There ain't no way I'm gonna be behind your ass on this fucking road up here. We're about to go from 4 lane to 2 lane in about 300 feet. DOT line painter truck pulled out, was trying to speed up ahead of me. You ain't getting ahead of me, buddy. I ain't gonna wait for you to paint your fucking lines. I will drive on your fucking lines. I'll fucking squiggle right through them. Oh man. So yeah, I get to the place to offload, and I talk to that guy for a long time. I get called. I go in there. I give all the paperwork in there. I get the scale. I go over there. I offload. I open up the hatch. I spray out the entire tank. Not that there was much solids or anything in there, but just a quick little rinse. Nothing crazy. Just rinse it out. And then pull off, go way out, pull my placards, and grab my paperwork, and I hit the road. I called the wife, told her that I'm on my way. I'll be at the shop after. I thought I was going to get to the shop around 3. Somewhere along the line, I lost a lot of fucking time. Well, no, it's because it was trying to route me to take 35 north down here, but I'd rather just stay on. What's this? whatever this road is, and just take it up to the next town and then cut over to 35. And it's like an extra 20 minutes, I guess. Not a big deal. And I brought my lunch today. I mean, I don't know if I don't think I'll ever get lucky enough again to go to a place that's serving fucking jumping catfish restaurant for free. Like how lucky am I? I'm the luckiest person in the world. I was able to eat jumping catfish for free. All you can eat buffet, free, freshly fried catfish. Oh god, it was so good. And their chicken is really fucking good too. I don't think I've ever had chicken from Jumpin' Catfish, and their chicken's pretty fucking good. I mean, it doesn't have a whole lot of flavor, but like the breading is super good, and the cuts of chicken are nice. And then they have really good honey mustard apparently also. Their tartar sauce, I could just drink their tartar sauce. Sounds gross, but it tastes so good. Um, and I'm gonna get home. I'm gonna get to the shop. I'll probably work until 4 today, because I'm gonna stop for a little while and eat some food. Once I get up to this one of these towns, it's only 10:12 right now, so give it a little bit of time. Eat some food, and then hit the road again. Get to the shop around 3:30ish, and park the truck. Go home, and then that's where I don't know. If my buddy could come by, that would be ideal. But I don't know if he will be able to. But I want to. I don't want to leave YouTube hanging that much, so I'd like to. I need a cameraman, and my wife is not going to be. She's like, I take pictures. No, I need somebody to be a video person, and I don't want to feel awkward in front of my wife, because she'll just give up. She'll be like, this is dumb. I'm not recording you. I'm like, okay. So maybe if I get my buddy to come over, he can be my cameraman, and he can help me record a little video of what I've done to the truck, driving the truck, inside and outside, and I can make a little video for you guys. And it's good. I don't know. I think having YouTube videos is cool, just for my benefit. I can go back and look at how things were back in the day. And like I've mentioned several times before, um, I'm to the point where I'm ready to start working on the wiring. And my buddy is good at wiring and stuff, so I'm hoping he will help me with a little bit of that. Not that I'm going to get any of that done today, but I need to go through and figure out what the fuck I'm doing there, because so the fuel gauge does not work. So I'm wondering if I can cut the fuel gauge out of it and put that tachometer up there in that hole. It's not going to look great. And then I also need to take that lens off of the dash piece so you can actually see what the fuck is going on, because you can't see shit. So take the lens piece off. My buddy, he did say he wanted to try to get it cleaned up. So take that off, send it with him. He can work on that at his house, try to get that clear as glass again. And then I want to cut the fuel gauge out and put in the tachometer. which I don't know if I don't know. I already have this tachometer, so I guess I might as well use it. And then I just need to trace a lot of the fucking wiring, dude. There's so much wiring that's insane that I need to get all the wire nuts off of this truck. There's so many wire nuts in here. Now, I had wire nuts for speaker wire in my last truck. It was speaker wire. So I don't think there's a real fire danger, arcing danger with speaker wire. I mean, I understand it is a power wire, so I guess it could technically, but I don't know. That's the only place I had wire nuts on that truck. And the only reason I had wire nuts is because the wire nuts were sitting there on the floorboard. So I just used those. Uh, but with this truck, I don't know. I want to get a radio wired up. I want to redo some of the wiring, like figure out what the fuck is plugged in, what isn't plugged in, figure out why the headlights aren't working. Maybe it's just a quick little wire issue. Maybe it's a fuse issue. I don't know. And just clean it up. And then I need to get the overflow, not the overflow, the heater core. There's nothing hooked up to the heater core at all. So the top hose from the radiator, not the upper radiator hose, but the other one on the other side near the cap, where it flows to the overflow, but then there's that other one that's lower that goes to the heater core. That one is hooked up straight to the manifold, because then how it works is it's got one hose comes off the radiator and goes to the heater core, and then the other hose from the heater core goes to the top of the block. And they're just it's a fucked up situation going on there. So I need to redo part of the radiator hose. I need to redo the wiring to the starter because it's got wire nuts on it. I need to figure out why the ignition isn't cranking at full spin. I don't know. And so if I can get that figured out, that would be great. And then go through and figure out what's going on with the headlights. If I have to wire the headlights up to a different switch, I guess I'll do that. And I'll just have a switch for marker lights, a switch for headlights, and then I'll still figure out how the blinkers work, how they're wired up, so I can keep my blinker stock. And then I can just get rid of that headlight switch that's over there. And then the wiper switch. The wipers do work. I need to figure that out. I need to get the passenger side door, the windows. The window needs to be able to go up and down with the power switch. Oh, ran over a bird. There's a little tiny bird just ran it over. How do I run over a fucking bird? I don't know. And then I don't know, just headlights, taillights, the legal shit. Get the license plate light. Get that on there. You know what it would be? The coolest thing would be to find LED bulbs that aren't fucking the brightest fucking white bulbs ever. I like the longevity of LED bulbs. I like how long they last. I like how little power they take to run. So I would love to switch to LED bulbs on some things, but I don't want that super gay looking bright white. I don't know. It's not gay, but I don't want it to look like a fucking AutoZone special. And that's what every time I see one of these square bodies running around with, it's got full LEDs everywhere. It looks like an AutoZone special. And what are you wearing? Your flat bill hat sideways and fucking listening to fucking Linkin Park. I don't know what band I'm trying to look for. Yeah, Lincoln Park is cool. I shouldn't have said them. I should have said something like the Rascal Flats, I guess. You listen to Rascal Flats, you say, hey, I listen to country. I listen to Rascal Flats. Not gonna spend another lonely night. Ooh. Yeah, I don't like the Rascal Flats. I don't mind that the Rascal Flats are a band. I think we need to have a little bit of bad country to make the good country better. So we're good there. But I'm not playing the Rascal Flats in my fucking truck. Okay, I'm not. I don't want to hear the Rascal Flats. If the Rascal Flats removed all their music, I'd be fine with it. I wouldn't have. I'd rather they just left it for the people that want to hear it. I don't want to hear people bitch about the Rascal Flats taking their music away. Because yeah, I mean, if the Rascal Flats are like, we're going to take our music out, that's a news story, and then that's a news story that I might end up hearing about. And then, for the love of God, if Joe Rogan talks about the Rascal Flats on his podcast, I'm going to be like, this is not what I wanted. Just let the Rascal Flats be the Rascal Flats. The goddamn rascals. Let them stay where they're at right now, which is never in my ear. And, well, so I used to be more of a fucking bitch about some music and stuff. Um, what's his name? Blake Shelton. Yeah, I'm not gonna listen to. I mean, I'll try out some of his new stuff if he's got some new stuff, but his old stuff is where he was peaky. Okay, he just got way too big, and now he's just one of those fucking bullshit motherfuckers. Um, but old red, old red, old red hunting for a bad guy. He's not going south; he's headed north. You know that song, the old red song. And then what's his name? The fucking guy, that one guy. Um, what the fuck is his name? Tim McGraw. I did not like Tim McGraw for the longest time. I liked him, and then I started to not like him, and now I'm back to liking him. Yes, I'm easily swayed, but also I just decided, you know what, I'm not going to let what other people think about stuff affect my life anymore. And people were saying that Tim McGraw was not cool no more, and I went along with it. And then that motherfucker shows up on 1883, and I'm like, all right, I I think he's cool in that show. And then I start listening to some of his music again, and I'm like, I forgot that I liked some of these songs. And then I'm going through most of it. I'm like, I almost like all of these songs. I was letting people tell me that these weren't cool no more, and I quit listening to them or quit liking them. But I actually like the Tim McGraw stuff. Okay. I call me queer if you want to. Call me a queer. I like Tim McGraw. I ain't fucking Taylor Swift over here gonna teardrop my guitar and sing about him and cry over him or whatever the fuck that song is about. I'd have to ask my wife. She knows more about the Taylor Swift stuff. I'm like, doesn't she want to fuck Tim McGraw? She's like, well, she did when she was younger. I'm like, oh, well, isn't like Tim McGraw? He's kind of old, and Taylor Swift is kind of young. She wanted to fuck him back then. She's like, yeah. I'm like, wow, wow. Taylor Swift, what a fucking queer. Wanted to fuck Tim McGraw. But I don't know. I'm just kind of going off on my own thing. I'm just saying words right now. But yeah, so I got the 78 Chevy Jams or 79 Chevy Jams. That's gonna be a tough one because I'm trying to turn my 79 into a 78. So I don't know. I'm just